Yo, what's good? Fire here, back from the video, and today we're going to be hopping into another defensive scheme for you guys. Today we're going to be in the 3-3-5 defensive playbook, and we're going to be running this 3-3-5-3 high formation. Yes, that is a mouthful, but we are running the 3-3-5-3 high. It almost looks like a quarters defense just off the play art, but this is a very dynamic defense, and you can get very creative with it. I would love to run it a little bit more, so let me know if you guys enjoy this video and you want more schemes out of this. I could also run it in a gameplay for you guys. If you're new to the channel, please hit a like on this video and subscribe to the channel down below as well. It's the best way to show your support for the channel. So, 3-3-5-3 high. I'm going to be running the cover 4 quarters play, which is on your left-hand side of the screen there. Personnel-wise, everything is going to be pretty simple. You're going to have your linebackers here. You cannot sub in safeties, unfortunately, in these spots, but you do have safeties, obviously, up here. You can put corners here if you would like as well. So if you want 6 corners on the field, because they're not going to be playing the run as much, you could use this player generally, but you'll get creative, and you can make a whole scheme out of it. So cover 4 quarters on the left is what we're going to run. Could you run cover 4 palms if you'd like? You could, of course. I am more of a quarters guy. If you guys watch my videos, you definitely know that. So let's try and find a good formation to run here. Let me see. Do we have any good formations, good plays? Alright, so the first thing that you can do is just take a look at the personnel here. You're going to see that the safeties are pretty deep. You have your linebackers in decent position. Now, if you go ahead and you pinch your linebackers, what's going to happen is they actually get on the line of scrimmage, and this is going to kind of create a normal 3-3, I think it's a 3-3 penny look. 3-3-5 wide. If you guys used to play, you kind of know what I'm talking about. Now, the interesting thing is that you have like both outside linebackers, so this is going to help with the run game. If you want to stop the run, you're going to pinch the linebackers. You could pinch the D-line as well, and you have this player here. You can do a lot of different things with him. You could just user him, of course, go with a 3-man rush. I'll show different ways to play different formations as well, but this would be your best way to stop the run. Is maybe you want to just blitz him. You could use this 3 receiver hook, and then if they run like an inside zone, it's going to be pretty well taken care of. This is kind of how you turn it into like a normal defense, to make a long story short. So doing that, it's going to help you stop the run pretty easily, as we do there. Now, that's not going to be necessarily your best option for pass defense though. So what you can do is press as well. Now, you notice when you press, it's going to bring those corners down. It's going to bring those safeties down. If you want to press just the safeties, you could just manually back up those cornerbacks by pressing Y, A, X, and up on the left stick. So we have the 3 receiver hook, and we have this guy. I'll say just for stock, we could just leave the safety here, user this player here. Like, let's say there's no threat to run the ball. It's probably what we're going to do. So just come out here, and you see a lot of things are taken care of. Again, I could have the free will to go over there and help out on the curl route over there, and I'll try and like show some different route combinations, because certain formations will be better against or certain route combos will be better against quarters than others. Pretty simple. So again, you could like press, back up these guys. This is just a stock setup. Now, when you press, sometimes this safety will move, so you could just move him back, but it looks a little intimidating as a defensive or as an offensive player. Right? There's 3 guys back there, but they could all be doing different things. I could man up this player on R1. I could man him up on the tight end. I could just user this player as the 3 receiver hook. So you can get really dynamic. You could man up the running back if he's spamming the running back and like checkdowns, different things. You could do that. But like you see here, he's blanketed. Now, going with the 3-man rush, that is where it could get you, and I'll show different ways that we can incorporate a 4-man rush a little bit later in the video. So that's going to be kind of just your normal way to run it. The next way that I would probably run it is to go with a kind of a cover 6 adjustment, and the good thing I like about this defense is that it's symmetrical, meaning I could go with the cover 6 on either side. Now, in this case, I'm going to go with the cover 6 on the right-hand side, and what I mean by cover 6 is I'm going to go ahead and quick adjust. I'm going to put this B or circle defender in a cloud flat zone, and then I'm going to go ahead and put this A safety or strong safety here. And we're going to put him in a deep half right, which is going to be the right stick to the right-hand side. Your defense is going to look just like this. So again, we can do this. I could like pinch these guys if I'd like. It's up to you. Now make sure you do have some athletic linebackers if at all possible, because these guys will hold a lot of responsibility in coverage. So this is going to be kind of setup number 1. And then let's say we want to man someone up. I can man up R1. in the slot. So this is a good way to do it. Additionally, what you could do with this player is just put him on like a regular hook curl. You could leave the safety here, and then I could just user him in the hook curl. If I want to user the 3 receiver hook, we could just have like an extra vert hook over there to like kind of help out a little bit. There you see you get some quick pressure, which won't necessarily happen every time. A lot of times what I end up doing is just manning up the tight end or the running back, because 90% of the time those are the guys on those underneath routes always. So, and what can get open against cover 4, a lot of drags, little angle routes, little running back like in routes. Like this running back route against stock cover 4 would probably get open. So you see there, if you man him up, you're going to have some help over there. So that cloud flat adjustment is one way to do it. Again, B on a cloud flat, A on a deep half right, and we could just kind of play like this. I can man up the tight end here, boom. And then like, hey, I'm going to lurk over here on RB1. He's going to get covered. I can come down and defend Y. Now again, the pressure is going to be the concerning thing, so we will talk about pressure. Now against a look like this, what would I probably do? What I can do here is I would maybe just... You can do a few different things against like a trips look like this. Now, one thing I'll do against trips is I will have the free will to actually use the safety, which is going to hold me a little bit of responsibility, but I'm okay doing that because I'm confident in my user. So we can do a few different things here. What I could do is I could just blitz this outside linebacker on this side, and then I could put this player here in a curl flat zone. Now the curl flat zone is going to play a little bit heavier. We could put him on a hard flat as well if we want him to play underneath. So if the setup kind of looks something like this, this would be a decent way to stop that. And then I would just use this player. I still have my 3 receiver hook. I still have a match coverage on the right side and in the middle, and I have a 4-man rush. So this is a really good way to defend against trips formations. We have that taken care of, and we get a lot quicker pressure when we do blitz the 4 defenders rather than the 3. Could you blitz 5? You could, but you're not going to have any match coverage, so unless you blitz the middle linebacker and this guy. So if I really want to get pressure, we could we play like this? We could, and maybe in this case I'm probably just going to man up this player, and I would of course back them off because I don't want to get fried down the field. But could you play aggressively like this? You could. I would never recommend doing this, but you're going to get quick pressure. Of course, there's receivers open, but the curl routes are pretty solid against cover 4. One way to defend those curl routes would be, again, the cover 6 adjustment that we talked about. And again, I could always flip this, so I could always just run this at the opposite side. You're going to go with the deep half left, which is going to be left 6 to the right, and it's just going to look like this. And, you know, if you want to pinch every time you can, pinching is really only necessary in the run game, but we could just play our casual coverage like this. I wouldn't bring the safety down, although it would help for run defense. I would just leave him here so he doesn't know who you're going to use, assuming you're switching between a few people. But you can see that it's going to be a little bit better to blitz 5 just because, or not 5, but blitz 4 just because of that. But I want to hop into a few different formations to show some more strategy behind the defense. So again, I would recommend having autoflip on, and you can set your flats to about whatever you want. I like 15 or 20, but it just depends on how he's playing. If he's throwing a lot of underneath, 10 is not a bad idea either. Now, what other things do we have? I want to show some kind of a bunch. I wish we had a bunch, but we don't. Let's show like a tight open because this formation is pretty good. So let's go to tight open now. Tight open, how are you going to play this? It's interesting. Tight open is where I'm probably going to avoid ever using a safety, and to the running back side, I'm generally going to go with this cover 6 type of adjustment where I get some extra help, and then maybe I like just put this guy in a little hook curl. So I'm probably just going to kind of play it like this. Get some help over there, a little drag, user over here. Was there people open? Yes. Are those easy throws? Not necessarily. So that's probably, now if you get all day, that guy would have been open if he just went upfield. They're probably going to find someone open. You guys are probably going to see people open in this defense that I don't know about, but 3-man rush, it's kind of a little bit of a bombshell. So again, I could just blitz this guy up the middle straight up. I could hold the responsibility. If he's throwing underneath, one thing you can do out of a general cover 4 is just play underneath coverage. Make sure you don't have those cornerbacks pressed if you are going to do that, because they will get burnt deep down the field. So we could just kind of play it like this. And you see, that was a lot better. Now there's no holes in the defense, and we get a little bit quicker of a pressure. So again, if I'm going to blitz someone, I would blitz either the middle linebacker if I want to keep match, but it just depends, right? So that's one good way to do it. Another thing we could do is go with like some kind of a man coverage adjustment if we have athletic players. Like we could just man up one side of the field, which kind of creates a cover 4 Willie type of look. So I can man up him, I could man up the safety, and then I could, if I wanted to get creative, I could put out like, I would probably put a curl flat instead of like a match over there, and then I still have this safety, and what I could actually do with him is I could just rotate him over. So I could put him on a, that's the wrong side, I could put him on like a deep half on this left side, and we have like kind of a normal defense still. We have normal cover 4 on the right, and we have like man coverage with cover 3, which is going to help against, you know, like kind of corner routes, like a corner route street concept. It would help against that. Even if Y is on like a crosser, we have that defended well. So this is just kind of be a little bit of a creative defense, and you see nobody's really open. Again, it's assuming just Y can just get manned up by that safety, so you're going to want some good personnel. Where is my other defender? Where's my other blitzer? What is he doing over there? Okay, so that's if you want to go with the 3-man rush, assuming you're getting pressure with 3. If your blitz looks like that, never rush 3. If that's what your pass rush looks like, never ever have 3 people rushing, because that would be bad. Now, again, if I wanted to blitz off of it, we could just play like this. And what you can do with L1 here is, again, we could just put him in a few different zones. Now, it's unfortunate you can't put him in the curl flat zone, it looks like, but you can still keep him in the deep half over there. Let's play 2-man under on one side, and we could still have a working cover 4. Again, you're just going to have to like watch these drags, but you see everything else is matched on. So is that a terrible defense? It's not, but I hope you guys gained some ideas from this. If you guys want to see this in a gameplay, if you want to see a cover 6 spin-off on this, let me know down below. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel down below, and peace. I'm out of here.